I'm Fahim Qureshi. I'm the executive producer of the festival. 2023 was very, very successful and people wanted more. This year we've got international artists involved and we want to grow it for the future. The purpose of the festival is to present new ideas and to have a debate on contemporary ideas and contemporary narratives.
Cultural Reforesting began in 2020. It began because of the ecosystem of Orleans House Gallery. It's this remarkable gallery that has a woodland, is on a river, is a home of contemporary art, is an old colonial building. It's a place that artists and their collaborators can get stuck into to explore what we might do about the ecological crisis.
I am Heather Ackroyd and I am part of a collaborative practice, Ackroyd and Harvey. So we are present in two spaces at the moment, one in the gallery at Orleans House Gallery as part of the Cultural Reforesting Festival, and on the spring equinox on March the 21st we planted a circle of 7 oak trees on Hampton Common as part of a permanent living, growing artwork. We have over 150 trees that we've been growing from acorns since 2007, and the artwork is called Boyce's Acorns. And Joseph Beuys was one of the leading artists of the 20th century, and between 1982 and 1987 he planted 7,000 oak trees in the German city of Kassel. We are intending to plant up to 17 circles. So this year we've planted a circle at Hampton Common, one at the Sainsbury's Centre in Norwich and one in King's Lynn. This is the beginning of a national project, but absolutely integral to these trees is the relationship that this circle has with the people who live locally, sort of within the schools, within the community centres, the park users, the ground users. And as time goes by, we would like to involve them in different ways in celebrating creatively the circle of trees that's in their neighbourhood.
Today is the culmination of a project that has been carrying on over the last 6 months with the local community, and it is to create a garden space here on this very popular open space at Hounslow Heath.
So my name's Ajay Chabra, and we've created a project called Gardens Without Borders from Nutcut. And Gardens Without Borders essentially is to involve as many people from intergenerational families, communities as possible on Hounslow Heath, which is a sort of much loved corner of Richmond, but it's almost forgotten. Some of those workshops that we created with the local mosque and with Multicultural Richmond and with some schools groups, we started off by kind of asking those individuals what their earliest memories were of plants or flora or fauna. We didn't want to create a Chelsea Garden show corner. We wanted to make the idea of a garden tangible, that anyone and everyone can do. The important thing about today and the process is it's been quite spontaneous. And what you can see today is just people mucking in.
What people will find around Richmond is a glimpse of the forest. It's a glimpse of the forest of cultural reforesting. And so that glimpse is literal, it's physical, it's metaphysical, it's imaginative, but all of us will be part of a forest this summer. And what part of that forest do we feel like being?
I'm Priya Nair. I'm an artist and documentary filmmaker. I'm working on a project with the local community here in Ham. Today we're on Hamlands, this beautiful little corner of London, just 6 miles away from the centre. We're going to be meeting a young boy called Fulton, who's working on a sound piece with a bat expert who does conservation work here on Hamlands. And he's going to be recording sound and images for his piece. So my show is all about bringing people together from this local community. But right now, the children at my school are involved with local people in helping to conserve this incredible local resource.
The thing that I always say is that the festival is huge. You know, it's so diverse. It covers all sorts of different art forms. working with all sorts of different artists in different kinds of settings.
I'm Anne-Marie Smalden and I'm the Artistic Director of Combination Dance. For the Arts and Ideas Festival, we've created some short dance films based on the themes of cultural reforesting.
So we've been given the amazing opportunity to work alongside Combination Dance and just the beautiful space here in Orleans House Gallery with this gorgeous sculptures and just working in nature, connecting with nature.
Yep, and it's also really good for mental health, and it's good to be out in nature. I really enjoyed it. I love being in nature and you're connected with people around you and making new friends. It made me feel really good. I'm really proud of myself.
For the festival, I have got my own commission where I've created a professional dance piece. I'm hoping to bring some of the younger generation to come and watch my dance film, and I'm hoping that their response will be to reflect about their own personal involvement in renewing our relationship with nature.
I'm privileged enough to spend time with the Guarani community in the centre of Sao Paulo, and a group of artists and a community around the Karachi Biennale, coming together through a series of wisdom conversations where we ask questions about our relationship with nature, what we can learn from each other.
My name is Elin Lee. I'm an artist and a filmmaker, and I've been commissioned to make a piece of new work for the festival. It's called Anguilla, Way of the Eel. So it's kind of like an immersive projected video installation with a vocal choral soundtrack. I've been collaborating with a choral composer and some singers, and we've created an eel chorus. So it's a really evocative piece of music. You know, that in itself is going to create a very sort of ambient, a very moving and poetic feel. I think the pace of the film is quite slow, and I think and I hope that when audiences experience it, then they'll be sort of really initially drawn in by the vocal sort of soundtrack, which is quite haunting.
At the centre of this festival is the summer solstice. We are inviting everybody at 4:30 on the afternoon of the 21st to head to the river, wherever they are, and just spend a moment with this magical being that courses through this borough and beyond, and just dwell, think and reflect on our place as part of nature.
Origin is a project that's born out of a desire to create quite a calming, meditative space, a space for reflection and space for people to pause. We're constantly being prodded by our phones to read messages, read social media posts, watch videos. By the actual sound design and the journey that you're taken on through the music, it maybe just starts to make people aware of the need for us to accept that we are part of nature.
There's something for everyone at the festival in June. We're really excited to have a programme that's available for all kinds of people that are interested in arts and culture, and whether or not you're already engaged in arts and dance and music. Hopefully there'll be something that residents and people can chance upon.
The whole idea of our cultural strategy, which is a 10-year strategy we have in the borough, is to engage as many of our residents as possible in a cultural activity. So we're engaging with a lot of our cultural partners in the borough, in the drama, in our arts, in dance especially. So people will find that in a park or in one of the open spaces in the borough, there'll be something happening along those lines.
My advice for people when they're looking at the website and thinking about coming to the festival is don't try to do it all, because it would send you mad, because there's just too much. But come along and try to do something that you haven't done before.
Going forward, we'll be exploring contemporary narratives. We'll be inviting our artists, our communities and our organisations to explore explore those themes. We'll be taking a serious look, but in a fun and informative way at these themes.